throughout the season? You want to get him X number of touches every game because he is such a playmaker?
Yeah, we want to get him the ball, but we're not going to force feed it either. I think, and I told our offense this on Saturday, there should be nobody happier in that room that Freddie had 15 catches than the running backs and the other receivers. It's the nature of football. You go out and you throw the ball 15 times to one player, and he's going to start seeing some roll corner, and he's going to start seeing some double coverage, which is going to really give other guys an opportunity to make plays. Now, if they step up and make plays, we can start running the football better. That's when you become really a great offense, is that there's not one part of your game that people can just say, geez, if you take, this away, they can't do anything else. We believe we have other weapons. I think we have other receivers that can make plays. Jimmy Scheidler had 6 catches, which was really important for us. And through the course of the season, the ball's going to get distributed, and now other guys are going to have to step up. And if they step up, Freddie will get those looks again.
Well, you're down one of those other guys now, Tyrone Prani. Who are you looking for to step up in his place over the next month or so?
I feel bad for Tyrone. He worked so hard. Really had a great summer and had a great camp. The last couple of weeks, he had a back spasm, so he didn't practice much. And in that time, certainly Ray Hudson and Chris Wright got to play a lot more. Adrian Hodges got to play more. So we've been kind of used to playing without him. We have other guys that can step up and make plays. We're in good. We hate losing Tyrone because he's a good player and a good person, one of our senior leaders. But the well's not dry. There's other guys that can make plays for us, and they're going to have their opportunity. And I have all the confidence in the world that they'll make plays.
Coach, what are they doing defensively? I know you mentioned a couple of times that they changed coordinators, the one that went to the Browns, and you said they simplified things. Could you explain a little bit exactly maybe what they're doing?
It's one game, and I don't know how much of them simplifying things was because, they wanted to contain Juice Williams for Illinois. But they were a little less pressure-oriented, a little less man coverage, more zone. Last year they gave up some big plays in the passing game, and I think they went out of their way to say, hey, we're not going to give up big plays. We're going to keep things in front of us. And against Illinois, they did a great job. And I just thought they played really fast. They ran the football well. It looked like they were a better tackling team than they were a year ago. They made so many improvements on defense, and it looks like they just simplified things. The players look very comfortable doing it, and they played fast. They played without hesitation, which is what good defenses do.
You were able to offset Troy's defensive ends and their defense by moving Tyler up, maybe not so deep in the drop. Is that something that, again, they continue this week? Or are they some of the same things that Troy tried to do defensively? Do they try to do the same thing?
Yeah, some similar things. Troy was a little bit more of a zone blitz-oriented package. I'm sure Missouri has it. We're basing this on one game. We study them the whole spring and the whole summer. And you watch their 14 games a year ago and kind of prepare for it. Now, in one game this year, now they're doing different things. So it's, geez, what do you prepare for? Did they just do what they did because they were playing Illinois? Is it a complete philosophical change on defense? How much of last year's package do they still have in there? And early in the season, the first 2 to 3 games, those things are always tough to figure out. That you need to get ready for all of it, but you're not sure what you're really going to see. And by the same token, I'm sure Missouri is basing a lot off of what we did on one game too. And there's a lot of other things in our package on both sides of the ball that we didn't show. So to answer your initial question, I think any time you throw the ball, you got to move the launch point. And whether it's by going 3-step game, 5-step game, by keeping a tight end in, by keeping backs in, by moving the pocket, by sprinting or play action. If you're going to throw the ball a lot, which we are, you can't sit in the same spot and throw it 40 times a game. So I don't think that was unique to Troy, but certainly because of Troy's ends. And Missouri poses the same threat. I mean, they've got some really good defensive linemen, and this is not a group we're going to be able to take 5-step and 7-step drops and sit back there all day. I mean, they'll get after you and they can rush the passer.
What's the biggest thing that worries you about Missouri?
Just the overall team speed. and how physical they are. Up front on offense, they average about 310 pounds. They got a quarterback who's a great athlete that has an absolute rifle of an arm. They've got experience at the receiver position. They've got a really good tight end, and they got a good running back. So they can run and throw the football, and they're explosive. And on defense, they're very physical, and they run well. So whenever you step up in level, like we are this week, playing a Big 12 team, I mean, these guys are used to running around with the Oklahomas and the Texases and those people of the world, and they can play.
Do you know Gary Pinkel at all?
I've met him once or twice, and I don't know him personally, but I certainly respect the job he's done there. I mean, Missouri is a program. You go from they were struggling, then they got Brad Smith, and then Brad Smith, and then they get Chase Daniel. Now he left, and now they have Blaine Gabbert. And when you now in your third quarterback in the same system, you can't just say, "Geez, they're a good team." Now you say, "You know what? That's a great program." So I have a great respect for the job that he's done there, and I'd like to think that he learned most of his tricks his years at BG as an assistant.
Coach, how important is it going to be for your leaders on the field, your captains and the seniors, in that tough environment of Lousy?
I think that's important every week. The captains and the leadership, that stuff's important every day on a Tuesday practice or a Wednesday practice. We got to count on those guys to give us certain things every day, and that's got to be a given. And if they don't give it, our program will start getting worse. So we've got good seniors in our program, and we have good senior leadership, and we have a lot of them. And we expect those guys to keep the rest of the team focused. And so far, they've done a great job of doing that.
Did it help that you guys played a Thursday night game? You kind of sit around and watch the Missouris play on Saturdays and the Oklahoma, some of the other teams?
I don't know. You split that a bunch of different ways. I mean, sometimes when you have a bye week and you get a few extra days of rest, guys freshen up, and then sometimes you have that bye week and a time off, and you say, "Geez, you lost the step, you lost your rhythm." I don't know. I mean, sometimes early in the season you'd rather just keep playing, but it was nice for our players to enjoy that as a new staff. There were so many things to teach on the film, just because it's the first time that we've run this offense, that we've run this defensive system, that certainly having that extra day and have more time to make corrections helped us. And again, we'll find out on Saturday.
Well, BG has had a lot of success against Missouri, albeit it's all pretty old. Does that even really matter anymore, that the team, because it's completely different teams now?
I mean, what we did against Missouri in 2001 and 2002 has no bearing on 2009. I mean, that was when Coach Pinkel first got there, and certainly the Missouri program is in a much different spot right now than it was in 2002, and we're starting to get our program established. But the challenge of going to a Big 12 place and playing in that atmosphere is great. I hope our players are excited about it, and I hope we have a lot of juice and a lot of excitement, and it's a chance to play on a national stage. That we go there and have a chance to do something really special. So that's what we're preparing to do.